Hey guys, and welcome back to Twilight Princess. Oh joy, what a way to start a part.
We're back in the present. Can we just go back to the past? I mean, the past is so much better. You guys remember the 90s, right? How everything was better?
VHS and dial-up. Those were the days. Gotta be honest here, guys. There is a lot of stuff to do, and I do mean a lot, between now and the time we reach the next dungeon. So, a cuckoo here was given a whole spiel, saying she wants our help, and I was going through the motions, the cogs were whirring inside my mind, and I thought to myself, fuck that noise. So, today, we're gonna go on a bit of a bug hunt. You may remember Agatha, back in Hyrule Castletown, wanted some bugs for her party, so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go around the whole of Hyrule and pick them all up.
I never got this part of the game, where the Dominion Rod, apparently its magic wore off. You know, because, I guess, thousands, we're not given the exact time span, but now that we're in the present, the magic wore off on the rod. But that makes no goddamn sense. If that was the case, then shouldn't every rupee we picked up in the dungeon have also, like, worn out its shine or anything? Like, it came with us. It should be on our time span, not on the actual movement of time. What the fuck?
That would make a lick of sense.
But I guess that's Nintendo's way to pad out the game, guys!
Speaking of padding, that's exactly what this part is, so I hope you enjoy.
Padding, padding,
Padding, padding, padding, padding.
All aboard the pad train.
For each insect, there's two of them. So you have a male one and a female one. And that's about it. That's the basic premise of this whole collection quest here.
Even when the actual gender of the bug kinda doesn't make a lick of sense too. I'm gonna be nitpicky here. Why? Well, because I don't have really anything else to say, so might as well be pedantic and say male ants are only used for mating. You wouldn't find them just lollygagging out of the hive.
This puts a bug's life into a completely different light for me.
Yeah, you just gotta remember that for you social insects, so pretty much any kind of insect that has a queen involved, the vast majority of them will be female, and they will be sisters. Males only pop out to be mates for the queen. That's it.
Kinda makes our society seem all that much better, let's be honest.
Yeah, well that's what happens when you reproduce with haploid diploids. I never bothered to even do this quest, so I'm just gonna have to ask you how this whole thing works over. Do the male and the female tend to be in a close vicinity, or are there any situations where the male is on the clear other side of Hyrule from the female?
As the official guide, which was made by people, says, as a general rule, the male and the female of each species can be found close to each other. So, for example, the ants can be found in Kakariko.
Oh, that's good. Okay. So I guess it makes some sort of sense.
It's not that cruel.
It could be. I mean, we gotta look all over the place for ghosts that can only be seen in wolf sense.
And only at night, and I'd like to further that point by saying there is no way to make time move faster.
Why isn't there a song of passing? Like, you could have even made that a wolf power, like the howl of passing or something. You would have killed two birds with one stone. Give the wolf more fleshed out abilities and make the Poe hunt way less infuriating.
The next insect we're looking for can be found within these flowers here. Too bad there's so much bloom that you can barely see it.
Yeah, your only hint is the tingling that they give off. Which, I think that's supposed to be your big hint. Like, that's it. Since there's no way to mark them on the map, it's just, hey, wanna walk on every square inch of Hyrule Field until you hear tingling? Fuck yeah, you do.
I would say it's much easier to do this at night, because obviously the glow will stick out in the distance.
I do love how all across the field they included these little like nook and crannies that involve you using your items. You know, you have binds for your claw shot, but there are also, and this is really weird, there's tracks just randomly all over Hyrule Field for your spinner. Kind of makes me wonder who made them.
There's like 1 or 2 areas that you can use the spinner, and they're specifically to get heart pieces. We will not be going after them, but we will be going into certain caves and whatnot to find heart pieces down the line. Because I remember one of you guys saying, oh, I'd like to see some more caves, and I thought I'd take that idea on board and flesh it out a bit.
More caves in my Zelda. Sure, why not? I mean, it's not like there happens to be an entire super dungeon of nothing but a cave, but sure.
This guy is not going to know what hit him.
I think he knew. He was walking right at you. Something tells me he was alerted in some sense to your presence.
Link, don't do the super celebration thing, mate. I completely whiffed that initial slice.
Hey, he doesn't do it unless you tell him to. Don't lie, you needed the ego boost.
This next insect loves to fly about something first. It's on this arch, but it moves, so you gotta be fast to try and find it.
Oh, that's what took... I was wondering why you were just lollygagging by this arch. It's like, just get it. Just get it, Tom, but now that you have informed me that it moves, okay.
This one has kind of a funny payoff, though. Keep watching. It's right there. Mantises are the shit, mate.
And we saved the male one. Do we have to reunite it with the female? Because we know where that's going.
Oh, wait a minute.
Zawada! Gives you just enough time to turn back, and then he can deliver the male.
I actually don't care if you are a wolf, Link. In fact, if you go in the stables in Ordon Village, and this is something I found out earlier as I was like hunting for rupees and whatnot, you can transform when you're right next to him, and he'll be so engrossed in reading the mail that he won't notice you transform.
Wait. He's reading the mail? That is a gross breach of privacy, dude. I thought you were a bro. But now that I find out that you're actually reading my mail, I don't know who to trust anymore. I feel so betrayed.
He may be reading his schedule, I'm not sure, but anyway, that letter we got is basically a call to continue with the game's plot, and I'm going to run in the opposite direction of that plot for as long as I can, so please continue to enjoy this part entirely devoted to collecting books.
Remember that pacing we totally had for the last 9 parts? Yeah, kiss that shit goodbye.
Well, it would have crumbled to dust anyway, mate. There's a lot of stuff to do before we can reach the city in the sky.
I guess I can blame that on the game. You were doing so good, game. Why? Why did you have to back-end the game with so much fillery bullshit?
I suppose it's to give the final Mirror of Twilight dungeon more oomph. I mean, it's visually spectacular, but they want you to feel it in your core.
In my gamer core?
Oh yeah.
That's powered solely with Mountain Dew and Doritos.
Next one is on the north end of the Bridge of Eldin. Hell's yes, archery skills.
That's actually a pretty good snipe, and you're doing all these without an accuracy upgrade.
We'll be getting that later on, by the way. In fact, I picked it up like an hour before we started recording the commentary for this part.
Oh my, look at this guy being productive and getting shit done. P.S. Don't expect Final Fantasy anytime soon.
PPS, no, seriously, you better have it done by Friday or I'll give you a slap across the face.
Send help. Oh, this just isn't fair. Like, the glow blends into the shininess of the rock.
I have no idea what a phasmid is. It sounds like an enemy from Metroid Prime, I'm gonna be honest.
Stick bug.
Ah, okay.
There you go. They could have just said walking stick, but there you go, phasmid.
People laugh at me. I'm a stick.
You know what? Just fuck commentary. Let's just talk about Bug's Life. So, you do know that it's actually sort of a remake of Seven Samurais, right?
Yes, I do.
And that the majority, that entire anthill takes place on an island? That I didn't know. until I had to play some sort of like Disney trivia game, and they're like, which movie takes place on an island? And it's like, it's not a fucking Bug's Life. Yeah, it's an island. I had no idea.
Just going back to the game for 1 second, there was a take of this where I picked up that bug and the enemies were literally running through the arch at me. Never have I come closer to a heart attack than that moment, because I didn't even see them until I went to click the button. Like, I wasn't looking up. Oh my god.
Heart attack from Twilight Princess enemies. I'm not buying it.
But it's not... Well, they're polygonal and it was a giant pig. It was something getting in my grill at that close a range, alright?
Polygonal in video games, yes. Thank you for being so specific and adding more detail to the scene.
Just shut up and enjoy the Gerudo desert music already.
I think I'll do just that.
This area especially, you're going to want to search at night, because finding something glowing against a yellow world is not easy, let me tell you.
You guys picked the wrong tint for this kind of quest. Seriously.
What do we know about day flies, mate?
That they can exist also in the night?
This wit. This is why I brought him on board.
I'm sorry, I'm not really much of a insect bug guy. I mean, I get freaked out when I see close-up images of flies' faces just because too many eyes.
Yeah, I'm not going to exist in any kind of ravine. Fuck you. You can search for me out in the open. Oh, you're searching for me at night. This is a problem.
You would also think glowing wouldn't be the smartest thing for the bugs to do at night, because that sort of just makes you out in the open and very obvious for predators to feast upon you. Yeah, it's good camouflage in the day, but that only happens for half of the day.
Now, we're going back to Castletown, but we've got all the bugs, well, all two of them, in the immediate area. So we're going to branch off into an area that we don't really cover much in this game.
The plot?
Well, Twilight Princess is plot incarnate, mate.
Yep, that castle, still encased in crystal. Anyone want to do anything about that? No one freaked out about that? Agatha, I know you're trying to get a party for bugs together, and that's super important, but, you know, maybe you care that your castle is also encased in a giant crystal?
I've completely forgotten where we're going. I guess I'm just going to sit back and enjoy the ride.
We're going everywhere. That's sort of what these quests entail.
Man, the load times in this town.
Seriously, guys? Really? A wolf freaks you out? Really? You guys have been invaded by giant green goblins that ride ferocious pig beast. Why would you be this freaked out over a wolf?
Also, you live adjacent to a giant spirit pyramid.
Ghosts exist in your world. You have rock people. Why is a wolf an issue?
Oh, I remember now. The bit where we, like, branch off from Hyrule Castletown is coming up soon. There's a couple of them in Castletown proper. As we see here, ladybugs. Ladybugs are the shit.
Actually, one of the few true beetles, because they actually bleed when stressed.
Ah.
Yeah, apparently that's a trait for something to be classified as a true beetle, is does it bleed when you scare it?
How did they come to that conclusion? Did they just pick up, like, random bugs, squeeze it? No, not bleeding, not a beetle. Yeah, this one's fucking bleeding alright. This is a beetle and a half, mate.
You gotta admit, you have to be pretty fucked up in the head to want to spend your entire life studying bugs to begin with, so I wouldn't put it past them.
What's the study for that? Is it anthropology? I don't think it is.
Well, if I talk slow enough that I can Google the answer, it is called entomology.
Entomology. I thought that was etymology, but I think that's the study of words.
Yeah, that's the study of words, and I get those two words. I don't get them confused in my head, but anytime I try to say one, I always end up saying the other. It's sort of like conscious and your conscience. I can't say the words. I'm really bad.
You can probably see the next insect from here, honestly. And how about this? We actually have a method to kill humanoid enemies with Wolf Link.
Finally.
I don't know why it's the lizards that he chooses to grab on and bite relentlessly. I guess it's because their neck is so long.
Probably also because maybe latching onto an enemy that looked like a human would really bump up the rating on this game.
Oh yeah.
That's why Zelda games aren't technically rated for kids, is because Link is a human-looking character with a violent weapon.
Ah, okay.
So, if Link were to be a rabbit at all times, even if he still had a sword and still performed all the same attacks, they could actually get away with a more younger rating.
Look at all those magical glowing rupees that I can't pick up because my wallet's full. We'll get an upgrade soon enough, don't you worry.
Sort of the whole point of this part.
Yep.
Once again, really feel bad for the asshole who signed on to work on Twilight Princess and got stuck with either programming the goat AIs or the bug AIs.
Stag beetles. Fuck yes, big bad Beetleborgs.
Oh man, that was a great show.
It was corny as shit, but I loved all that stuff. Power Rangers, Beetleborgs, VR Troopers, the Mystic Knights of Tirnanog, which I think was like a UK thing.
Fuck that one. You were good until I got that one. I actually went back to try and watch that show. It took friggin' Sentai knockoff corniness to the absolute next level.
Mate, Mystic Knights is nothing next to tattooed teenage alien fighters from Beverly Hills.
I'm sorry, what?
It's a real thing. Google
That's
it.
a fucking thing?
Yeah, Google it while I take out this Poe, why don't you?
I don't think I want to. What?
Wish I could erase my memory of it, I'll tell you that much.
I thought we were going to talk about Beetleborgs, and I was like, fuck yeah, dude, I actually had Beetleborg toys. I had, like, their transforming tool thing. I don't know what they called. Were they called morphers in that show, too?
Beetle Bonders.
Wow, that's good memory on you, bruh.
Mate, I was a very lucky child. I was spoiled, basically, but I never threw tantrums or anything, so I basically, if I asked for something, my granddad would give it to me. Bless him.
I always liked how in the second season it just turned into a giant hunt quest for, like, the mini-bugs. I think I preferred that over the first couple seasons where it was just Power Rangers.
I like the white Beetleborg, but they had so little footage of her, I think it was a her in the original Japanese one, that basically he was only in a couple of episodes in the Western version.
I've never been a fan of the 6th Ranger. Just because they always try to make him, like, way more badass than he needs to. It's like, no, you don't have to make him the coolest motherfucker on the planet. Just make him a normal person. It's okay to have the 6th Ranger be normal.
Tommy kind of set a precedent for people being overly cool in the 6th Ranger role, to be honest.
The thing I hate about it is that everyone on the playground would fucking want to be the 6th Ranger. It's like, guys, if we're gonna play Power Rangers on the playground, we need to have 4 others.
Man, this is a very brain scratch type of conversation. Never usually go this off topic, but we are trying to inject a bit more casual fun into these things, so let us know what you think.
If you want to talk about the bug quest for the next 15 minutes, be my guest.
It's not even 15 minutes left, mate. Check your counter.
I can't do math while doing commentary, one or the other, dude.
This next set of bugs is probably one of the more tricky ones to get because they're directly out on Hyrule Field. And they're surrounded by enemies, so you're definitely going to want to take those guys out first. BTW, deflected arrows with my sword. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so it's not just the wolf tail swipe that can deflect arrows. That's cool.
I'm coming round to get you.
The bugs being just out in the middle of the field would be a bit more painful if the field was just one giant continuous map. So I'm not going to hold it against Twilight Princess for having them just out in the middle of the field because the entire Hyrule field is broken up into sectors. So, you know, you're not having to search that far of an area for them.
Remember our James and the Giant Peach commentary for the Disney fun?
Damn it, I was just about to bring that up. I was going to mention something about violins or some shit.
I got very lucky capturing the male grasshopper because, as you would expect, they jump about, making them quite tricky to capture. I'd recommend using the Gale Boomerang.
It would have been even cooler if this game was accurate and had the male producing a sound, and then the female was just sort of quiet there.
They're just collectibles, really. They don't have personalities.
Yeah, but I don't know. The more scientifically accurate, even in my fantasy games you can be, the more I enjoy it.
Okay, so far so good.
I haven't even been keeping count.
Kakariko Gorge. It's been a while since we came here.
Yeah, I remember that one time we did one thing and then never even bothered to come back ever again.
This one took me so long to find. By the way, pill bugs. Remember in A Bug's Life, those two crazy twins? Yeah, that's what a pill bug is.
Or you can also call them roly-polies.
Well, I'm a 25-year-old talking over like a 10-year-old game, mate. I'll call them by their scientific name, thank you very much.
I don't even think pillbug is their scientific name, bruh.
Whoops. I'll call them Roleus Polius.
Or you could call them Armadillidiidae.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah. That is way too many I's and D's in one word.
Back to Farron Woods.
Are any of the bugs in, like, Gora Mines or near the vicinity of molten magma?
Help me! Help me! Ah! Quest incomplete.
Oh god, that would be terrible if, like, some of these bugs were on a timer and, like, oh, if you don't catch them in time, you can never get them ever again.
That would really upset Agatha, and I guess her performance would drop in Hyrule Warriors.
I've been putting more thought into Agatha, and nope, my opinion still hasn't changed. However, I do appreciate her more as a character when I found out that she has a giant stag beetle attack.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Anything with a stand is good in Mexi's book, really.
Oh yeah, yeah. Especially when you can use a Kabuteri.
These next books are actually quite hard to find, so I don't blame you if it takes you a bit.
I think these are actually some of the bugs you can get, like, right at the beginning of the game.
You need at least the Gale Boomerang to get a lot of these. The Claw Shot, it helps, not really necessary.
It's always a shame when the usefulness of an item just gets completely eclipsed by another. Like, I love how versatile the Claw Shot is, but at the same time, the fact that it comes at the expense of the usefulness of the Gale Boomerang, it's a trade-off I don't see worth it.
Now, as my guide said, you can use those two green splotches on the map to actually find this beetle here. This is a Goliath beetle, isn't it?
Yes. It's kind of weird that that one, they don't even use a specific name.
I was like heavily into like beetles and insects and whatnot around the time of Beetleborgs. I guess you could say that was the show that kind of spurned it on.
I've been told by my parents that I was into bugs, but I don't fucking believe them just because I'm so... I hate them so much now that I cannot picture a younger me being fascinated with them.
Well, you go off stuff over time. It's like I used to really enjoy like beef and whatnot. Now I only can eat it in beef burgers.
I think the meat I've only been eating for the last 3 months has been elk.
Damn, man. That's pretty fancy.
Yeah, well, it's because my mom and my sister now have really gotten into hunting. And hey, it's way cheaper than having to actually go to the store and buy meat.
Okay, this book is actually on the other side of this little plateau here.
It's a raise. Although if it juts out, that makes it more of a draw. This is another thing that the Hyrule Field has over all the other ones like in Ocarina of Time is the different elevations. I know everyone likes to say that Ocarina of Time Hyrule's field was barren and empty, but one adjective a lot of people seem to miss out is also flat. It was very flat.
I gotta be honest, the more exploring I did to, record parts and whatnot, the more I came to appreciate this overworld as a whole, especially when it comes to stuff like the sky and Skyward Sword.
Yeah, at least there's stuff here. At least, even though it's just tiny little insects. Don't tell me there's a bug in the past.
No. Actually, yes, there's one bug in the past.
What the fuck? That's not even fair, Agatha.
To find all my bugs, you will have to go on a quest spanning all time periods. Okay, I guess.
I know I said I wanted Zelda to be more like Chrono Trigger, but not like this. Not like this!
Insert Chrono Trigger theme here.
That song's always played in my head. You can't get it stuck. It's always there.
How's that go again?
No.
This is the part where you come in with like a karaoke version of it.
No, that's not me. No.
Fair enough, fair enough. There we go. Snails.
Okay, so one of the snails is in the present, and one of the snails is in the past. How do we know that we're not mating a snail with, say, its great-great-great-great-grandmother?
Or itself, depending on how long Hylian snails live for.
Yeah, true, because they could be the same thing, because snails are hermaphrodites. So it could have been a female in the past, and then by the time the presents came around, it switched its gender.
Hey snail, go fuck yourself. No problem. I got this shit.
I think in the Japanese they do that. That they actually, instead of having definitive, this is the male snail, this is the female snail, it's like, this could be the male, and this could be the female. Which I think is hilarious and awesome.
Mate, they do a lot of things in Japan, okay? Let's not get into that. Okay, these are dragonflies, I believe.
Maybe? Please be right. Please be a dragonfly, I swear to God. Yes! Dragonfly!
And the next one, if I can talk slow enough, is in Zora's Domain. Yes, it's all coming back to me now, and this is the last one, I believe.
It's all coming back. Is it coming back like a nostalgic memory, or is it coming back like a Vietnam flashback?
Back on me, back on me! Oh, I forgot how beautiful this area is during the day.
Still love just how it's actually bustling. Like, you got the Zoras going about their daily business, even though their business is usually 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock swim, 9:30 to 10:30 swim while jumping out of water, and I apparently have an appointment of just floating around at 10:30.
There we go, it's just lazily flying about, doing what a dragonfly does.
It was because of dragonflies I actually knew what a nymph was. What a lot of people don't know is that when H.R. Giger was designing the aliens in the movie Alien, he designed their little extendo mouth after the bottom jaw of a dragonfly nymph. Yes, the mouth of the alien is based off something that exists in real life. Baby dragonflies have an extendable bottom jaw that just sort of shoots out of its face, and it can pull stuff towards it.
Well, I thought dragonflies were cute. Not anymore.
Well, it's just their nymph. Eventually they turn into cool dragonflies that I've seen fucking huge ones. Like, I don't care how cool they look or how shimmery their wings are. When you see a giant fucking one that's like a foot wide flying at you, you duck. You run the fuck away.
Okay, we've got all the bugs. Let's go give them to the bug princess / queen.
How does she even see herself as being the royalty of the bugs? Like, what divine insect blood does she have that, you know, warrants her authority?
Gotta be honest here, mate, I think we're dealing with a kind of Mad Hatter / March Hare situation.
Oh, snap. She does kind of give off an Alice in Wonderland vibe, both in her outfit and, her temperament.
She's stark raving mad. Yes, we brought you bugs. Here's your first one.
I know we're about to just give her all of them at once, but if you try to leave while you still have bugs in your possession, she'll actually mutter to herself that she knows that you have bugs.
Yeah, it's really creepy. And speaking of, she gives you a detailed description of each bug when you present them to her. I'm not going to run through all of them here, otherwise that would tack on literally another 10 minutes. So, Google it, I guess. But for giving her the first book of your collection, you get the big wallet, and now we can hold up to 600 rupees.
Nice, so now we're gonna go back to all the chests that we previously missed in the playthrough and fill that wallet up.
And from now on, whenever you give Agatha the first book of a pair, you'll get 50 rupees. When you give her the second half of the pair, you'll get a giant orange rupee.
I would say that it's creepy that she knows so much about the bugs, but at the same time, I do the exact same thing when I look at gene sequences or fucking splicing, so, you get really into the shit that you're fascinated by.
I don't understand the liquor science, mate, but it does not fascinate me. I'm not sure what bug you are, but you were kind of taking up real estate in terms of camera, though.
I think that was the Dayfly?
I decided to spare you all 10 minutes of sitting through inane babbling, but here's something that will send shivers up your spine. Agatha wants to take a bath in snail slime.
Sure, why not?
No, not why not. How about committed to an insane asylum?
I also do like how you can see her searching for all these bugs, yet all the locations that she's looking, there's no bugs there. So she's really bad at her job.
Well, you say that, but where we found the ladybugs, you can find Agatha, scooting about looking for some. I guess she's just not looking hard enough. Bada bing, the giant's wallet, imbued with the power of bloom lighting, and now we can hold up to 1,000 rupees, which, given the series, is not a lot, honestly.
No, I wouldn't even get you all of your Triforce charts fucking deciphered.
Oh well, this has been the Great Bug Hunt. We'll see you next time for more stuff.